Set, ready. Drill 52.
Throwing to start here is Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Ultra, ultra.
First carry for Raheem Mostert. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Second down, here's Mostert again. Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Looking to pass. Tua. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week, but they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
Down.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. That would have been a 1st down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. So just shy of midfield. They tried it. Didn't work out. What did you think?
I thought that they should have punted the ball away. Should have gotten rid of it and played defense with better field position. Look, I'm as aggressive as anyone wanting to go for it on offense, but in this situation, it doesn't.
First half.
I don't know that there's any risk. I mean, what's the reward for your risk here? I would not have done that. My only explanation is this coach, he may want to be up here in the booth with us. We may have a 3-man booth starting next week if he keeps up with those decisions.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down. And he gets it down to the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tonyan. And it's a Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan, 32 yards. And the Packers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers.
Makes the score Packers 7, Dolphins 0. Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because the reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up and negate the touchdown that was just given up.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Tua sets up to pass it. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
It was Raekwon Davis with the tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Rodgers. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0.
Dolphins, nothing. Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Here we go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Still in the first half, this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
Okay, ready?
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Tua. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. On 3rd and long, it's Tagovailoa. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown. But I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. 4th down.
Hey, 88.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Crosby is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Ready.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
Hey,
and this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
10 cycles.
Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And this is going to be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Hey, you block over here.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Eric Rowe.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
After the turnover, it's Tua.
Quick slant, Tyreek Hill with it. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 24, Tua.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Right.
Now Tua. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
Facing this big first half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it.
Hey, check
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And able to find Gesicki as tight end.
And he will have a Dolphins first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Check Spears.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Mega. Check Hunt.
A run with Mostert up the middle. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Packers will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing is Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. An inside give to Jones. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Rodgers going to throw.
Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down. But when you do call quarterback sneak, you don't mind if your quarterback's a little bit on the vertically challenged side, do you? Because he's just going to hide behind his big guys up front and be able to surge forward and pick up the 1st down.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers.
He'll let this go deep for Lazard. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick. And that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers.
Looking for Tunyon on the crosser, and he's got it complete.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first. Now this from 43. The kick by Crosby is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So not the greatest of first halves for them, but a little ray of light here at the end. The late turnover becomes 3 points before the break.
Well, they certainly needed something positive to go their way. Maybe 3 points doesn't seem like a huge deal in the grand scheme of things, but at least it's something to build on as they head into the half.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Dolphins, nothing.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Packers.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Crosby, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Looking to pass. Tua.
This one complete to Jalen Waddle.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10.
Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 28 yards to gain there on the catch and run.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Packers' 28-yard line.
Shot, 17.
On 2nd and 12.
Tua.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Packers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
They find some open field here. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
82 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They fake the give. Now Rodgers.
Throw right side, going to be complete to DeGuara. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Allen Lazard.
4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers.
And the Packers take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score Packers 34, Dolphins nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Throw, 52. Ready?
From the 25 on 2nd down, Tua. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the 3rd quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback because right now,
got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a big play there for Miami. 48 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
Complete to Mike. A gain of 3.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Dean Lowry just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Here we go.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Check smack.
Here's Tua. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Disastrous outcome there on 3rd and goal. They lose 9 yards on the sack.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
On the ready. Smack, smack. Ready.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua.
Flush to his right. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. Got a man. That's Lazard. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
Rodgers now on 1st down.
And Lazard's got it again. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 29-yard line.
3 yards remain for 2nd down.
Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little top pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Crosby with the extra point, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Ready, break.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Rashawn Gary from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
Okay,
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Tua. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here we go. Here we go.
Tagovailoa going for it on fourth down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
They'll try the right side with Jones. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Forced out to his left.
He'll find Aguara complete. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Rodgers throwing here. Drops it to Jones in the flat.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Here's a give to Jones running left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Here's Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Take 30. Jump out.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Dolphins defense is able to hold. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches, as a general rule, that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they work this out past the 25. It's another 1st down on what will be a gain of 21 yards. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you've mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Ultra.
Throwing on 2nd down. Tua. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Strike it. Check, strike it. Red, cycle. You don't blink.
One final try for Tagovailoa. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.